Hello Foxpack and welcome back to Five Nights Before Freddy's. Now, I've decided to do this, and I know you guys hate these fan games, but whatever, I thought this one was pretty cool. So I decided to go with easy because normal, as you can see, in easy you are granted with 4 caution symbols symbolizing each animatronic. They flash more and more as they grow closer towards your office. This means you don't need to listen for sound cues, perfect for beginners. And normal, same as easy mode, but there are no caution symbols, therefore meaning you must rely on sound cues to tell if an animatronic is near you. Anyway, this is how to play. On easy mode there are 4 caution symbols. If they are flashing fast with a red background, you must act. It's Freddy, Bonnie, or Chica. Turn the power off and wait until they leave your office. Party room, hallway, doorway, inside office. Foxy thrives in the dark, therefore you must flash the cameras and fast him and flash him for 3 seconds every now and then. To avoid him moving, once he leaves the back room, it's game over. He begins at phase 1. You are not flashing him enough if he moves to phase 2. Foxy seems part of a song during phases. If he finishes, it's game over, phase 2, phase 3, and then game over. Even though you never get to see the game over one as it's non-existent. Anyway, change the difficulty on the main menu, the continue by clicking on the word easy and or normal. I decided to go with easy with this one, mainly because I tried doing it on normal. As you saw, I was on night 2 of normal. After I did all of the game on easy, and literally normal is like impossible. Like, if you can be, I will say this now because of the fact that a phone call is about to start. Anyway, the grand reopening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, security guard needed, blah blah blah, typical stuff. But I will say this now, unlike most Five Nights at Freddy's game, these ones actually go up to 25 in their thing. They go up to 425, but you only need to get beat 420 mode with them at 420 to actually get the third star, which I have, which ironically it wasn't that hard. Anyway, I'm gonna be quiet for a bit now in order to for you guys to hear the phone call that's about to happen. So alright, I'll talk to you after the phone call ends. I won't be able to know when that is because of the fact that I broke my adapter, so yeah. I'll just talk to you whenever the mute call thing disappears.
G'day mate. I'd personally like to thank you for volunteering. I hope you're a night owl because you'll be staying up from 12 AM to 6 AM for the next 5 days, which you already know about. If not, we'll grab a cup of coffee and get to work. Let me fill you in on your task for the next 5 days. You simply need to make use of our security camera system to monitor the animatronic characters and make sure that they are functioning properly. At the end of the work period, give us reports on the activity. Boring, right? Wrong. The animatronics have a night roaming mode enabled to make sure their servos don't lock up, which is a little bit buggy. As the nights progress, they may become more active. Now, I guess the first thing you noticed is that you have limited power. Fazbear Entertainment has returned with a much smaller budget, so all of our buildings have limited power. It makes working with these animatronics quite difficult. Your office uses 1/3 of power, which is constant, but isn't too bad. The camera system uses 1/3 also. It's quite an old system. The images may glitch out at times when you're using the cameras. It's actually the same system from the restaurant of 87. That's something we managed to scavenge. Because, smaller budget, had to save some money, so we just scavenged some old systems. And then the lights for the whole building use the last third of power. Your power will drain extremely quick when using all the lights, so use it sparingly. Now here's the part that might scare you. The animatronics can be very dangerous at night. I'll explain this in depth. 20 years ago, the animatronics Freddy, Bonnie, Chica and Foxy were retrofitted with a night mode, which was buggy, along with facial recognition as a test. Someone had tampered with the facial recognition afterwards, and it resulted in the death of an employee. No one's quite sure what animatronic killed the employee, but we kept 4 of them and trashed the rest, in case we opened up one day. Some of those animatronics are here with you right now, with the bug night mode. The bug night mode means that they will just simply roam around the building during the night, and they'll most likely pop up and visit you in your office. How exciting is that? Now, the danger is them spotting you. If they look at you for long enough, they will forcefully try to stuff you into an empty Freddy Fazbear suit. Why? Well, they'll see you as a bare endoskeleton without a suit on, so they will try and assist you with getting one on. Which wouldn't be so bad if the suits weren't filled with crossbeams and wires, so it's quite deadly. Worse than the spring box, actually. To avoid this happening, there is a little console to your right. It is wired to the main generator outside, so using it will turn off all power on and off as you please. What you do is you turn the power off and let the animatronics head back towards the generator as it still produces some noise, but the animatronics could enter your office while they're moving, so don't worry if this happens, just make sure it's dark and keep still, let them walk past. You must turn the power back on once they are out of your office, because once the generator stops turning, the animatronics will learn to listen closer for faint sounds, such as breathing or body movements, because they, like, if there's no noise somewhere, they will look for noise, which will be the office. It's quite bad, so don't try sitting in the dark all night. You may regret it. Now, if you're feeling scared or skeptical about watching our animatronics, do not worry. All the happenings of Fazbear and Fredbear Entertainment are in the past. The animatronics responsible have pretty much all been disposed of, I think. Okay, so now you're all filled in. Keep an eye on the animatronics, conserve power, log all activity, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow night. Good night, mate.
Alright then, so yeah, that was a long phone call, but the other ones, as I recall, aren't that long. Now, I'm going to tell you this now in case, like, I'm also going to leave a link in the description to the game, but I'm going to tell you this now so that, you guys, just in case, you guys don't notice it later in the nights, and, think that it's, always safe to just, like, immediately, like, chill in the darkness. And that is that, turning the lights back on will always take away a random amount of percentage, like instantly take away a random amount of percentage, as you'll be able to see here, like there. It just took away 2% of my power, and I believe it can take anywhere from 1% to up to 7%. I think the highest I've ever seen it take from me at once is 7%. I might be wrong. It might have taken higher. It might have taken up to 8%. I don't know. But yeah, the highest I've ever had it taken from me at once is 7%, and that was when I was playing in my spare time. Honestly, when I first played this, I developed my strategy that I'm using right now, and only struggled with the last night, that being the 6th night, technically not the last, as I still have 420 to do in a separate video. But yeah. There's something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah. There are extras that I will be showing either before or after I do 420 mode. I'm not sure. But regardless, I will show you guys these extras. And they have animations of like what the animatronics do when they're in your room, among other things. And I want to show you guys specifically the animations because aside from Freddy, who is like really dark, and I don't know, maybe like after I export the video from adding in this post commentary, or like maybe even when I'm uploading it, like it brightens the video. I'm not sure, but just watching the video as I'm post commentating over it in VLC Media Player, it is much darker than it is in game. Like whenever I turn off the lights in game, it is much brighter than that, or at least assumably much brighter than that, assuming that it's the same darkness that you guys are gonna see. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, and assumably you guys, if it goes like this, is that you guys can easily see Freddy pop up, which will happen in the next on night 3. I believe he pops up on night 3. I know he starts being active on night 3. I'm not sure if he comes into my room or not. But basically Freddy raises up and then lowers back down after staying there for a second. And while most of him is visible in like the darkness, mainly because of the fact that he's right in front of your face, so he's very contrasting, the most prominent thing that's visible is his eyes. But if you're actually playing the game, you'll see that most of him is entirely visible. But the main thing I want to discuss with this is Bonnie and Chica. Not Foxy, because Foxy doesn't have one of these animations because, you know, a thing and all. But anyway, Bonnie and Chica also come into the office. Like, they also strut along inside the office back. Bonnie, because he comes in through the left door, will go left to right, and Chica will go from right to left. I'll have to stop talking and explaining this, but I'll continue explaining after this most likely shorter phone call. So yeah, I'll keep explaining it after this phone call, but I'll keep explaining it once the phone, or stop explaining it once the phone call pops up. So basically, they will come in and just walk through, but you can't really see them. Like I said, assuming the brightness will be the same, you can't really see them in the video, and that's what I'm going to talk about after this phone call, as I've said like 20 times. So yeah, anyway, I will talk to you in about like a minute or so, 2 minutes, something like that.
G'day, g'day. Good job on your first night, mate. I hope nothing scary happened. So tonight there should be a little bit more activity, so you'll be kept busy. Again, I must point out you did great work last night, but I'm not sure if you moved the animatronics back to their stage or if they did it themselves, but everything was basically reset when we came in yesterday morning. If you keep this up, we will consider you for the position at Freddy Factor's Pizza as the night guard when it opens. It would be basically the same thing, but you would have more power, lights always on the building, and a bonus, doors. But for now, we'll finish your current week off and end up talking to you about your future position. Anyway, so I guess you were watching Foxy all night last night, waiting for him to move. Well, he will be tonight. He was disabled last night. That animatronic was in terrible condition, but it's still somewhat functional. He is quite different to the others, actually. He thrives in the dark. He hates light and being watched over. So if you don't want him to come running down the East Hall, you'll have to check up on him by viewing the back room on the cameras and hold the light on him for about 2 to 3 seconds every now and then. If you don't do this, he'll most likely begin to move a little bit closer towards the party room. Once he comes to the party room, he'll come running. So be sure to check on him. Remember, don't stay in the dark for too long. So yeah, that's basically all I needed to talk to you about tonight. Keep an extra eye out for Foxy and have a good night, mate.
Okay, so now I will continue explaining what I just was. So, as I was saying, Bonnie and Chica will walk through the room. Chica will walk from right to left, and Bonnie will walk from right to or left to right. Getting my sides confused. But yeah, Chica will walk from right to left, and Bonnie left to right. And the thing is, you can't really see it on recording that well. In fact, you can't actually see them walking at all. All you can see, like in the game, like if you guys actually decide to download this game from the link in the description that I'll leave, in both videos, even the 420 video that I'll be doing, if you guys actually play the game, you'll be able to see perfectly fine, much better than this if it stays the same. But assuming it stays like this, yeah. Basically what I'm trying to say is that in the video, you cannot see, again, unless it changes back, you cannot see Bonnie or Chica walking through the office. Technically speaking, you can see them if you focus, like, I don't think I'll be doing it randomly anymore. I believe I was only, like, randomly turning off the power on night 1. But yeah. Whenever I turn off the power, you'll see that the only parts in the video that are illuminated, if the brightness stays the same, I know I sound like a broken record, but still, the only parts that stay illuminated are the phone and what looks like a notepad. I can't really tell. Maybe it's a newspaper. I'm not sure. It's something to that extent. But yeah. There's that. There's those things. Those are the only 2 things that are highly illuminated. So whenever, like, Bonnie or Chica walk through the room in the video, and, like, say like during Bonnie's walkthrough that is about to happen, just look at those 2 items. They might be hard to see anyway, but just look at those 2 items, and you will be able to see a very faint shadow pass over them. You won't be able to see the animation itself because, you know, it's too dark without playing the actual game, or me doing some fancy brightness upping that I don't have the knowledge to be able to do. But still, he does actually walk if you play the game. Like, if you play the game and he gets into your office and you turn off the power. Now, I believe during the video I only died twice. Now that I got that explanation out of the way. I'll elaborate on the dying more a bit after this, but I do want to say that I am actually recording this, plugging in my microphone straight into my computer rather than using a USB, basically a USB speaker and microphone splitter. Speaker slash headphone slash microphone splitter, because, you know, speakers can be plugged into the exact same thing as microphones. But yeah, see, if you looked, it was very faint passing over the phone and such. But yeah. Anyway, what happened was I had a seizure, as I believe you guys do know I do have seizures. And I was at my desk at the time, and apparently during the seizure I broke my splitter. So now I can't record commentary. So like now, if I want to record commentary, and whatever it is at the same time, it's not possible at all. But yeah, still, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really tired. I woke up at like after 6 o'clock at night. I don't even remember what I was explaining, is what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, I was explaining the thing. But apparently during my seizure I broke it. As you can see, Chica passes over it, but if the brightness is the same as what I'm seeing right now, you guys can't see her walking animation, nor Bonnie's walking animation. So yeah, that's great. So if you want to see the walking animations, if they aren't even visible during the extras, you're gonna have to play the game for yourself. Completely free, by the way. So is the sequel, Five Nights Before Freddy's 2, which I will be playing, but I haven't actually played through all that. I've only gotten to night 4, and even then I haven't played all the way through it. And I do plan on playing that too. So I'm actually gonna not play Five Nights Before Freddy's 2 anymore and do that. But anyway, back to the whole story. I get sidetracked really easily, if you can't tell. So I had a seizure, broke the splitter, so now I can't record commentary and stuff at the same time. I will either have to record what I want to say first, if like I already know what I want to say and talk about, and then like add in parts or remove parts that aren't necessary to add parts that are necessary in later, or I have to, like I am with this, record the game first. This was only an hour and 11 minutes long because of the fact that the nights are from the starting to the 6 a.m. thing are literally over 8 minutes long. Literally over 8 minutes long, which is longer than any FNAF game, I believe. I believe FNAF 2's or maybe FNAF 4's, I'm not sure, but one of those was the longest. And yeah, one of those was the longest. And it was somewhere near there, but not nearly as long as that. But yeah. Again, I will elaborate more after the phone call. I suck at explaining quickly, by the way.
Be too much different, other than the animatronics.
You get sidetracked easily.
It's kind of linear how it works, but every night you get more busy. One thing you probably want cleared up is what the happenings were in the past. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been discussed, but there's the origins of the animatronics in this building. They came from the original Fredbear's Diner. That place is long gone now, it was left to rot. After multiple murders at Fredbear's Diner in '85, those animatronics have never been the same. How do I know all of this? I was only 11. This child is having a party. I wasn't invited because I always used to pick on him. But I always wanted to go to Fredbear's Diner, so I snuck into his party. I hid myself in a parts and services room where these suits that I later found out were Springlock suits. A man inside Spring Bonnie lured these kids into parts and services. I had hidden myself, but I witnessed 5 children murdered by this man. I just heard him call himself Uncle Afton. I think that's what he said. He stuffed these kids into these suits that are here with you today. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and one more. I believe the souls of these children linger in these animatronics, and that is why they are so strange at night. They are forever trapped. Look, mate, don't tell management what I just told you. They will fire me. It does sound like baloney, but I just want to make sure they don't hurt anyone. But anyway, I'd be there with you now, but I'm tied up for the next few days. This may sound crazy, but I've spent my life putting this together and getting a job here to try and watch over them. I have solved the puzzle. I don't know what I have to do next, but damn, I've said too much. I'll let you get back to work. Don't let them in. They're vengeful, mate.
Alright, so it's gone again. Now, what was I explaining? I believe it was... Oh, there. That's not what I was explaining, but I guess I'll, talk about it. That is Shadow Freddy. He, rarely... for some reason, it, like, happened a ton when I was playing through this game casually. Like, I don't know. It just did for some reason. But yeah, all you have to do is flip the camera up. I don't think turning off the power works because like whenever you open up the power thing, you have to wait a second or two for it to boot open. And I think that'd be too much time. I think it'd like jump scare you or crash your game, whatever it does. I've never died to it, if that's what it does, but yeah. And it's not listed in the animatronic thing. Instead, Golden Freddy is, but still. I need to remember what the absolute hell I was talking about. God, I really need to like just constantly be thinking about what I was talking about before. Man. Now it's lost me. You just saw Chica, or what I should say is that you should have saw Chica, but you didn't. I can't remember what I was explaining. If you guys wonder why I can't go, or not can't, but don't go into the camera 2A and I believe it's camera 4 when like even in night 1, it's because of the fact that you can go into those cameras. So it's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's 1 with the fact of how like you can't go into the kitchen camera, and camera 4 is on the kitchen, so that kind of makes sense. But or at least it's on where the kitchen should be, I believe. At least with the building, it's similar enough. And then at the bathrooms, for some reason it just doesn't allow you to put your camera there. But here you can see Freddy just barely. His eyes, obviously the most prominent thing because they're white. And no, that's not anything racist. But yeah, I believe I was saying something about the time. I'm still just trying to remember this. Was I talking about? I believe I was still talking about my mic and situation, actually. Yeah, I believe I was. So I can't record my mic and my gameplay at the same time. So I'd either have to record like I did with this, which is gameplay first and then audio second, or record the necessities of the audio second, or record those first, and then record the gameplay, and then adjust the audio with like record more necessities and then remove unnecessary parts if needed, or just add them in if there's room to do so. But yeah. Which is pretty bad. So what I plan on doing for the sequel of this game, because I haven't gotten past night 4, not because of the fact that it's too terribly hard. I mean, it's much more challenging than this one, because in this one I barely had a clue what I was doing. I mean, I was playing on easy mode, so I had the detectors. It's not like I was playing on normal where it's near impossible. But yeah. I plan on doing Five Nights Before Freddy's 2, and I plan on doing it blind. So basically, like, no more playing it until after I do all this. But the strangest thing is that like, I die twice in this video, I believe. But in my spare time, like when I was playing through this game in my spare time, I died only on, I think I died on the 6th night once, and then the rest of my deaths, I mean, I might be wrong with the death on the 6th night. I might be completely wrong about that. That being in my spare time, I am right about me dying twice on this. But anyway, and I believe it took me like 3 tries to do 420 mode. Because if you notice, I do indeed have 3 stars. Now, I'm not sure if there's like a secret 4th star if you beat the game with all of them set to 425 mode. I don't imagine there is, because you can set all of them to 425 mode, and it will still just trigger the thing to happen, like the intensity thing to happen at 420. Like once the last animatronic that needs to be above 20, above or at 20 is at 20. It'll just still happen there. But yeah, I believe I'll elaborate more about what I was doing, or what I do with like this game, and after this phone call, since it should be short. I'm not sure.
G'day, mate.
Anyway,
Listen,
see ya.
everything I said last night was
Till then.
It's just a theory. It just makes so much sense to me, but what's more logical is that they have a buggy night mode. Just don't mention any of this to management in your report. You'll probably be fired. Same with me if you mention that I said it. Look, I won't hold you anymore, just drop everything I said and get this night out of the road. Last day tomorrow, and you can choose whether you're done or you're with me. Good night.
Oh, the phone call ended. I didn't even notice. But yeah. I will say now, even though you won't be seeing it until after my my next video, which will be, hopefully it won't come out after another 2 weeks, by the way. Which is hopefully gonna be the 420 thing, which is probably gonna be very confusing for you guys because of the fact that you're not gonna be able to see a lot of the action. Because, like, a lot of it, I don't know. I do have to say, though, that I kind of like what I'm sure you can tell by the way like the building's designed and the way that the things are, because I only gave you guys a very brief glimpse at the main menu for you guys to see. But this is made by the same person who made Five Nights with 39. In fact, it was made before that game, which is 39 games. So yeah, that's probably why it seems familiar to you guys. And there is a thing I do want to talk about the back room. I'm not sure if it's true or not. Maybe it's just the fact that I spend so little time in the camera and I quickly flash it that it just looks like it to me. But even though it's gonna appear brown in the video, I swear that each time I flash the light on Foxy, like literally each time, it's not just an occasional thing that happens, that it's Golden Freddy's head instead of just Freddy's head. I don't know. In the video it seems like it's Freddy's head, like just regular Freddy's. But in playing, maybe it's because it was during the intensity, it seemed like Golden Freddy's head. I don't know. But apparently in some way or form Golden Freddy's in the game. I don't know, maybe it's via Easter egg again. I just hit my mic a bit. I'm not sure. But still. I don't know, I'm just kind of depressed because of the fact that I'm gonna have to actually order another like microphone headphone splitter that works via USB indoor. How is it gonna be end or with two varying options of how it plugs in? But yeah, that being that it works via USB, or that being that it works via just like what you already use, but that it splits it out into two. The good thing is that I don't have my computer to set to always recognize my thing as headphones. I mean, if I had a headset like my brother does, which is a Bluetooth rechargeable headset, like a Bluetooth rechargeable headset that actually has a microphone, I just hit my mic again. Anyway, hence the term headset, which headset means mic, has a microphone on it, and headphones just means that they are earphones that go on your head and aren't just earplugs. I have something in my throat. And I'm out of water apparently. I have like a dollop of water, which isn't going to help at all, but I'll take it. Now, I guess since it'll be like another, I don't know, 15 minutes until I get to, the 6th night. Not because, like, you literally purely out of facts of, like, that's how long it's gonna take due to how long the nights are. That it'll take me another, 15 minutes to get to the 6th night. I will say that, that while I don't remember my old strategy, I believe this was it. That being that to flash Foxy as to not hold it on him, so that it doesn't take that constant stream of all three powers constantly, and especially not to take the advice of to do it for 3 seconds, like 3 seconds at a time. Especially considering he doesn't like tell you any sort of interval to follow of like how to do it, like of how often to do it. If it said to just like flash him every 3 seconds, then that'd be fine. But no, it says to flash him for 3 seconds. I don't know, it's just kind of confusing. On the how to play screen, I believe it says flash him every 3 seconds. And I believe in the game, like the advice that 39 Games, whatever, technically this game's phone guy, gives you is that of to hold it on him for about 2 to 3 seconds. So I'm not sure which it is, but I go with the rapid flash technique myself, as I'm sure you can see. Mainly because it's night 4 and it's at 5 a.m. So you've been seeing it pretty much this whole time. I also want to acknowledge the fact that on night 1 it is completely possible for Foxy to be active, because literally in this video on night 1 Foxy was active. He didn't obviously go into phase 2 because of the fact that, you know, it's similar to like Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's 1, and the fact that he's not going to be very active. And same thing with Mangle being very rarely active on night 1 in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That being that they're not going to be that active if they are rarely active, which is very strange. But one thing I found strange is the fact that, and I will shut up here in a second, mainly because of another phone call, but one thing I found strange in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is that no matter what challenge mode, whether or not Foxy is disabled or not, is that Foxy is always enabled. Like literally always enabled. Even if he's counted as disabled, he will still be in the thing. Anyway, I'll shut up now because there's a call.
But there are thunderstorms to be expected, so you could be working another day here, maybe 2. We will get in contact with you tomorrow morning if that's the case, but anyway, finish up your last night and contact us around about 8 AM tomorrow morning, whether if you'd like to stay with us or not. So if you do decide to stick around, I could imagine there's only one reason why you would, is to do something about these animatronics, to do something about the children. If you do, I am eternally grateful if you decide to stick around and help me out here, because all I'm trying to do is stop these kids from murdering these helpless people, and look, I don't know how I'm gonna help them out, but I will figure it out. But look, I will talk to you again tomorrow night, mate. I'll let you get to work now because the animatronics are going to be very active. So just keep on top of all of them. Okay, good night, mate. Good luck.
Alright, so there's one more thing I want to address that is just strange. I'm not sure if it's like because of the fact I haven't been Five Nights Before Freddy's 2 yet, but and that's like after basically that's when Five Nights with 39 both regular Five Nights with 39 and its anniversary edition take place is after Five Nights Before Freddy's 2. But anyway, as I was saying, and throughout 39, or in this game, we find out that your name is Clyde Sampson. Now, I'm not sure if this is a continuity error on 39 Games' part. I don't know his actual name. I'll just keep calling him 39 Games. But I don't know if this is a continuity error on 39 Games' part. But throughout 39, or Five Nights with 39 and Five Nights with 39 Anniversary Edition, he calls you Sam Clydeson, or something like that. I'm not sure if he calls you that exact same thing in the Anniversary Edition, but still. He still calls you that. He still calls you that in the first game, is what I mean. But yeah, your name, as you'll see after this night, is deliberately said to be Clyde Sampson. Yet he says it as Sam Clydeson. So either it's a continuity error, and or that 39 Games just forgot, or that it's actually Clyde or Sam Clydeson and that he just changed it. I don't know, I'm not sure. Anyway, or either way, whatever. I don't know. I'm not tired. I woke up, I believe I said at around 6 o'clock today, p.m. So I'm not tired considering the fact that it's not even 6 a.m. yet. It's about 3:30. I was thinking, even though I actually did it really fast on my original video of it, I was thinking of doing another video, more accurately a speed run of excuse me, of getting over it with Bennett Foddy. And I actually made the splits for it because I do have live split, as you guys saw from my Portal 2 speedrun unfinished video, which I will be doing another video of it with everything closed this time, or at least most things closed. I obviously have to have live split open as well as a game recorder open. I obviously can't do both audio and the game anymore unless I postpone that until the adapter gets here after I order it. But still, that also require money. I'm really intrigued on the fact of like what oh yeah, I wanted to talk about I'm not sure if this is what I was like talking about earlier and forgot about, but I wanted to talk about one of the deaths that I had during basically one of the two deaths that I have during night 6. The second death I have is completely justified. I won't lie about that. It's completely justified. I didn't get to flash Foxy enough because of the fact that I was getting too hung up with the other animatronics. And yeah, he came in and he smacked me with his hook. But I died to Bonnie. Now, that might seem like it's no big deal, but the thing is that Bonnie, I had Freddy in my room at the same time as Bonnie started walking in, and because of the fact that Freddy lingers on like at least 1.5 times longer than the other animatronics have to walk through. I don't know. I won't make you guys do math. Basically, I'm saying that Freddy stays in the room longer than Chica and Bonnie take to walk through it. And because of this, like Bonnie and him, like when Freddy started rising up, Bonnie started walking through. So Bonnie would have obviously been on the other side, and even when I put down, or not put down, but turn back on the power, you can see that Bonnie's thing is flashing yellow, or not yellow, but is flashing slowly, and therefore means that he is in the dining room, and yet I'll die to him. This will literally happen later in the video. And it's complete bullcrap too. That's the thing I hate the most about it. Is because of the fact that literally one of my attempts is thwarted because of bullcrap. But yeah. The second death, like I said, is completely justified. I just couldn't pay enough attention to Foxy. And I ended up dying at 4 AM. I believe the other death was at 2 AM. But I don't know, both of them I didn't really do anything much different. I literally didn't do anything different. I think it was just a matter of circumstance with the animatronics. You might call that RNG, but still. Anyway, time to read some more stuff. Attention staff, the grand reopening has been postponed due to heavy rain, meaning we can continue testing the animatronic characters. The ceremony will commence on the 7th. Thanks, management. See, Clyde Sampson. $80, ensuring animatronics are fully operational, or fully functional, whatever. Fazbear Entertainment, you got your check on April 12th. You got $80, and for some reason that says 1936. I don't know how it's supposed to be in the thing. Anyway, Clyde, we need you for another 2 days to continue observing the characters. I'll explain a few things tomorrow night. You will receive overtime. Clyde. Anyway, it also said see you tomorrow, I believe. If I believe, anyway. I'm not sure whether or not it saw see you tomorrow, or if it said see you tomorrow or not. There's still something in my throat. You probably don't hear it. Maybe you do hear it. I'm not sure. But it's messing up my voice and making it hard to talk. It's making it painful. I need like a glass of water.
Well, nice to meet you.
Preferably soda.
So you're back here for another 2 nights.
Which isn't water,
the animatronics are going to be very aggressive.
Anyway, I'll be quiet for this phone call.
But you well and truly know the routine. Just be more cautious. I don't have much else to say other than that I am pleased that you have decided to work with us at Freddy vs. Pizza. I know you believe me about the children. I know you want to help them, just like I do. I don't know what we are to do about it, but we can figure something out. Now, I did notice you left a report with management saying the animatronics seem cursed and that I mentioned it to you. That was stupid, mate. Management take these things very seriously. They're They don't take any of these jokes. But I am the stupid one. I actually tried pushing it onto management, and they have threatened to fire me. Okay, so... hang on, I'm getting a call. 1 second, mate. Just got me fired. Thanks, Clyde. You have really screwed me up here. I hope those damn things get you tonight. I hope you're dead by the morning.
Anyway, I believe this might be where it happens. I'm not sure. If it is, just look. It's blinking. Okay, well, it's blinking fast, but still. Freddy's out. Okay, so that wasn't where it happened, so it's at a different point, but still. Like there. Like this isn't it either, but I know it's at a point where both Freddy and Bonnie are coming through the room. I know that because of the fact that I had to wait an extra bit of long time. An extra long time for Freddy to get down. I probably should have known that that wasn't it because it happens at 2 a.m. I believe. I'm not entirely sure if it's at 2 a.m. I'm just pretty sure. I didn't review all of this footage. I mainly just reviewed my my night 6 footage and my beginning night footage mainly. But anyway, yeah. Like, I just want you guys, if you guys are tolerating this long of a video, I don't know, if you guys tolerate my Portal and Portal 2 speedrun things, then you'll tolerate this. I just want you guys to really see this. Alright, so it's 2 a.m. now, so any time that Freddy and Bonnie come in at the same time, even if it's not the time, I'm gonna count it as that. Like, I'm gonna count it as that. Alright, so it's not now because Freddy's not in here with them. There's only one possibility I can think of with, like, why the death happened, by the way, and it's completely stupid. I'll explain another possibility of why it could have happened. Which while it's possible, it's near impossible for it to happen this quickly. You'll see what I mean when I start explaining it. But maybe this is it when Freddy should be turning here soon. I don't know. It always has me uneasy whenever Freddy's doing his fast flashing because of the fact that... Alright, so this is the one I can tell. So, watch. I waited an extra long... Bonnie goes through. You see Bonnie go through? Or technically you don't. See him slowly flashing. I have to wait for Freddy to go back down. Freddy's fine. And then bam, I get killed by Bonnie. No reason. No reason. I mean, I did wait an extra long time because I did have a space out during that time, but still. Anyway, now listen to how, like, brutal this is. Listen and watch. Yeah. That's the game over screen, and as you can see there in the bottom right, it is indeed made by 39 Games. But yeah. So the only two possibilities I have, or the only possibility I have now that I just analyzed it again, is the fact that I waited too long to do the power. And therefore, like, Bonnie was still technically waiting outside of it. It's just that it always registers them after they go through my stuff as in the dining room, even if they're not actually in the dining room. But yeah. My throat's still killing me. The other possibility, which is something that I have had happen to me on my attempts of 420 mode and on my, I believe, one casual playthrough death of night 6. That's mainly the reason. This is the main reason why I died. And that being that that whenever like Freddy, each time Freddy moves a position aside from his first one, he does a laugh. So basically, whenever he moves into a second phase area thing, he laughs. And whenever he moves into his third area where you need to turn off the power, he does a more distinct laugh, which is supposed to be louder, which it is, but it's the same exact laugh. So unless you have the detectors or turn it off every time he laughs, you'll never know. But still, this is the attempt where I die on Foxy at night, or at 4 a.m. Honestly, it's sad that I die on both of these attempts, because for both of them, I was on track to beat the night without losing power completely. But in the in the third attempt, the one that I beat it, I actually do lose power completely, even though it's like for a second. Which I believe it's actually, like, if you're planning on running out of power as a strategy to get past 5 a.m. of a part, like say you're doing it for 425, then I suggest getting Freddy down to his slowest possible thing first if you can, because of the fact that it'll greatly help in the future. Because of the fact that from what I saw, when my power ran out for the brief second that I did, is that Freddy shares like his fast flashing power. Basically, he shares his detecting speed of like basically threat level with his threat level and what it is. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't, knowing me, but still. I have what, like, let's see, another 10 minutes would be to, so I have like another 12 minutes to fill in for time. I mean, I could just like call the commentary here and leave the rest of it to me, but I mean, then again, there'd be no point in that. Or not that there'd be no point in that, but still. I guess while I'm here, even though this would be a better thing to bring up in the whole, sorry, changing position, and the 420 video, is some of the other stuff you can do, which is which one of them, I think one of the only other things that you can do in the game, aside from just randomly choose numbers to play against, but still, that being that of endless mode, which endless mode basically, like, I can't remember entirely how it works. I don't know, maybe I'll like take a screenshot or something like that or maybe I'll like add in a sound clip here or at the end of the video, or I don't know, just somewhere of me explaining it. But basically, endless mode, from how I remember it, is that endless mode is to obviously get as far as you can to get some sort of score. And Shadow Freddy actually has a function there aside from just being another obstacle that's completely random. Shadow Freddy, since you obviously have a limited power constantly in endless mode, even in endless mode is what I meant to say. Shadow Freddy will actually replenish your power. So I imagine, even though I haven't tried it myself, that endless mode, Shadow Freddy is much more common because of the fact of how fast the because I believe what happens is that like it goes through. I don't think it has a night counter. I don't think that's how it works. But I think it does like go through hours, and like with each hour that passes by, and like once it hits 6 a.m. it resets back to 12 a.m. and then it continues going. But with each hour, I believe either that or there's no hour and no night thing at all. Actually, now I remember it completely. With every 45 seconds in endless mode that passes by, the animatronics will gain 1 point. Oh, there's my Foxie death. But with every 45 seconds in endless mode, that the animatronics will gain 1 point from obviously 0 onto their stuff. And this can go up to 25, unlike normal Five Nights at Freddy's games, where it, aside from yeah, I was gonna say aside from Ultimate Custom Night, but I was thinking of 50-20 mode, which was not 20 of them being on 50, but 50 of them being on 20. Anyway. Again, the thing is that like that would be what, 45 seconds. Let's assume, well actually no, because then that'd definitely be under 6 minutes. I don't know, let's just say for the case of it that let's assume that every 45 seconds an hour passes in the game. I mean, it obviously doesn't unless you want to count and see, but let's just assume this. Now, taking that into account, that would be like how many hours? 25, obviously. But how long would that take? Probably around 20 minutes, considering it's only taking away 15 seconds from a full minute. So it'd probably be something of like 20 minutes to a little under that. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I just hit my mic again. Now that I think about it, it makes perfect sense that the thing, I'm being very specific, the stuff goes up by 45 seconds because of the fact that it goes up to 25. I won't explain how that works, but still, any of you mathematicians, even though like only 3 of you at most watch my content, any of you mathematicians out there, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, I might be completely wrong. It might just be a random number. He might have been like, hey, 45 seconds is a good amount of time for endless mode. I tested this out a lot. 1 minute is a bit too long. 30 seconds is a bit too short. Makes it too tough. So 45 seems like a good balance in testing, and he figured that instantly having them this powerful at 420 mode was a bit too much, so make them a bit weaker at 420 mode and instead make them go up to 425. So yeah, I can see how that works. I mean, I'm not a game developer, but I can see how that works. But yeah, this is my winning attempt. I still don't know exactly what I did differently. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was just completely different circumstances with the animatronics. By the way, side note, if you guys want to know, like, I have Discord, and obviously because of the fact that I'm listening to it through VLC Media Player, you guys are probably thinking, considering I don't have the adapter in, how am I not only talking to you guys but playing, or not playing, but hearing the game too, or hearing the video too? I'm not. That's why you're not. That's why it's not like coming up through my mic, and it's also why any notifications, or if you're wondering why any notifications haven't been coming up to me through Discord, it's because of the fact that I do not have I have it on Do Not Disturb, so that no notifications, not even at mentions of any kind, will bug me. But I'll make sure to like apologize for the fact that I was absent for a full hour just recording a stupid post commentary. I really hope that I don't struggle. Like, I didn't struggle too hard on 420 mode. I believe it took me like 6 tries to do 420 mode on this, which is much better than I can say for the 420 mode of FNAF, which took Markiplier over 7 hours to do. Well, not technically over 7 hours, but 7 hours worth of time to do. And but I don't know, but still, I still kind of wonder to this day if Markiplier actually showed, like, if he had hours of footage. Like, I'm sure I understand the fact that he has like the full attempts recorded down rather than just from beginning to end. But I wonder. I just said the same thing. I said the full recordings rather than just beginning to end. What I meant to say was rather than just the deaths, the beginning to end. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, you guys will get to see what happens, technically speaking, when you run out of power. And you get all of about a second to see it, because that's how close I was to 6 a.m. when in this one. But yeah, I don't think I ever ran out of power in my spare time, but I actually did. I believe it was on night 2 on my casual playthrough of this, because of the fact that I didn't know that the thing took power like each time that you turned it off or turned it back on. So I would just basically like flash Foxy a bunch and then get out of the camera, turn it off, and then turn it back on, even if like they weren't a threat to me. And then immediately go back to the thing, unlike just flashing Foxy and then coming out of the camera so that I wasn't taking up too much power, and then turning off the power when necessary. That's probably why he says to not just chill in the dark all night, not only because of Foxy, but because of the fact that I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. By the way, I'm not sure if this is like a reference to the bite of 87 or anything. But if you have a little quick notice real quick, if I even do have to pull up the thing again, I'm not sure if I do. But if I don't, I'll just say it. The thing, as you can see, is called it's version 1.87. So basically, like, the decimal point would be the 9 in 1987. And even though this game is supposedly taking place in 1936, it's supposed to be before, like, 5 nights before Freddy's, like, just before the first game in the series. But yeah, time to read some more things. Bad job, sport. Animatronic status report. Over the past 6 days, the animatronics have been moving around the place and even had come into the office multiple times. They're not functioning normally. Please consider having them checked. Clyde. Clyde, is this a joke? These kind of comments will get you sacked. You are off with a warning. Mess up again and you are fired, and no overtime management. Last day tomorrow. Don't mess up. Why is like having, like, why is saying that just to, like, get them checked a joke? But yeah, here I show you that there's a 420. I don't show you in it actually that they can go above 420, so I'm sure some of you were confused, but that's why I made sure to note in this video that they can in fact go above 420. But anyway, I'll see you later, Fox Pack. Enjoy the rest of my talking. But yeah. Anyway, again, I will see you later, Fox Pack.